So the FBI has decided they are not going to prosecute any of the 6 members that were involved in the brutal beating of Shanquella Robinson, in which her neck was broken and she died over in Mexico. Even though Mexico has issued a warrant for at least one of the persons responsible.
This young woman will not apparently get justice. Her family won't. The U.S. Attorney's Office in North Carolina announced on Wednesday they will not pursue criminal charges in the case of Shanquella Robinson, with the FBI and federal prosecutors both ending their investigations into her mysterious death. Robinson, will remind you, age 25, she died in October under suspicious circumstances. That was a day after she arrived in Cabo, Mexico. She was on vacation with 6 people. The FBI opened an investigation into her death in November. The 6 travelers who were with Robinson gave conflicting explanations as to how she died. They reportedly told her mother she died of alcohol poisoning, while her death certificate shows she died of severe spinal cord injury and atlas luxation, a broken neck is what that means. Her family members have said Robinson's body showed bruises consistent with being beaten. Robinson's story has gone viral, and Mexican authorities have issued an arrest warrant for femicide, similar to homicide, for Daejhanae Jackson, one of the 6 travelers, according to lawyers for her family, Benjamin Crump and Sue Ann Robinson. Those lawyers wrote a letter to the White House in March, citing information from Mexican prosecutors. U.S. officials on Wednesday made clear there is no criminal suspect stemming from the FBI investigation, but did not specify the Department of Justice or Department of State's position for extradition. However, there's more. The Department of Justice met with Robinson's family and attorneys Wednesday morning, telling them it has completed its investigation and will not prosecute any of the 6.
And so I'm just going to go ahead and say, if the United States is not pressing charges on any of these 6 people who participated in this debacle, I don't think they're going to cooperate in extraditing the one person who Mexico wants to have stand trial for femicide, as they say. And it's just sad to see, man. It's ridiculous. Because you're going to look this mother and father in the face and tell them that you are going to essentially do nothing after their daughter was maliciously beat to death. Like this, if the video went viral, you got video evidence, you got, her neck was broken. The young lady was not trying to fight back. She didn't want no confrontation. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, if y'all got a problem with me, whatever, punch me in the face a couple times, leave me alone, man. We all go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got punched in the face before. Punch me in the face a couple times, let me alone. They just kept beating her and beating her and beating her until she died. And as the FBI, you're gonna tell me that you're gonna look these parents in the face and do nothing? Okay, so what if they want to take revenge? What if they want to go ahead and lay hands on these 6 or you know what I'm saying? And return the favor. Then y'all gonna lock them up and throw the key away. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't win, man. Like, I'm having such a hard time imagining the rage that I would be feeling, because I'm feeling so mad just as an outsider just looking in. So if that's my family, like, you know what I'm saying? That got to eat you up, man. To know that these people took her on this trip, it seemed like they planned the trip maliciously. I don't know that to be true or not, but it seemed like that could be the truth. And then they got over there, they got down on her, even though she didn't want no problems. Like, you couldn't just beat her up a little bit and let it go or whatever. Even though the beating was not warranted in any way anyway. But still, y'all couldn't leave her with her life. You beat her until she died, and then you're going to tell me that the FBI, one of the highest in our land, is not going to do anything about this? And yet Mexico is telling you Yeah, at least one of them you need to send back over here so we can. They need to pay for what they did. I'm telling you, they did something wrong over here. And you mean to tell me our laws and Mexico law? I know laws are different, but our laws and Mexico laws on this matter don't align. No one is going to say somebody need to go to jail. That is a hard pill to swallow, man. That's a hard pill to swallow. Y'all are failing black women on this situation for sure. Black folk, however you want to slice it. But this was a young, beautiful black woman. Don't matter what. Like, come on, man. It just shows you the end of the stick that black people get when we think we are equal in this country and we deserve the same amount of justice that everybody else gets, even though this happened in another country. But you know what I'm saying? It's our country that they flew back to, even though the crime was committed there. Mexico wants to prosecute. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying. But it just shows you the end of the stick that black folk tend to get when you think the country is being progressive and everybody's getting along and we intermingling and interracially marrying and it's a new time and it's a new day and the racial lines don't matter anymore. That's what a lot of these politicians want to tell us, that what we think is only in our head. You're crazy if you think that the country is still racist. And then you got goofies like Kamala Harris, who we voted for, who some of us voted for to be in office as a woman of color, and you are so shaky on your legs or so eager to keep your position amongst white folks that you will not even allow your mouth to speak the truth around them. You know the truth just as well as any other woman of color know the truth, or any other black person know the truth, or black person of color know the truth. You know this country don't lean in our favor. And they do everything to systematically keep a knee on our neck, and literally keep a knee on our neck, as in our brother George Floyd's case. And it just baffles me that people like Kamala Harris would allow some of the babbling bull to come out of their mouth to even say that this country isn't racist. Because it just shows, even though this wasn't like a white on black crime type of thing, it just shows, even though those people of color involved, black folk involved, it just shows that when justice is needed. Listen, I understand the people that was involved in the crime was black. But I'm also with good and bad. You're not going to tell me, I'm not going to defend people who were doing bad to this young lady for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Even if they are black. So if you black, you did a crime, hey, you got to go sit down for that. You wrong. And that's the only sentiment that we're echoing to the Justice Department and to the FBI. Like, hey, do something about this. This is wrong. Don't let them get away with this. And yet that request can't be filled because of how justice works in this country. When it's black folk dying, it's just not as much of a care to them. Because I mean, you can't. I don't know. I don't know. But it just seems like, looking outside in on this case, I don't know all the essentials, but it just seems like, looking at the video and the plotting and the vindictive evilness between what was going on in the situation, and then this young lady comes up and she's beaten to death, and then you're gonna tell me no one is at fault? I'm just saying, I know white folk might say I'm reaching right now, but if this was a lily white young white woman, little innocent looking white woman, I'm gonna guess it would be different results. It just would be. And y'all might say I'm wrong or I'm reaching, but history has proven it again and again and again. Patrice O'Neal said, if something happened to me, I'm gonna attach a little white baby to my hip to make sure they come find me or make sure I get justice or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's what he said. If he get lost at sea, he's gonna attach a little white baby to his hip to make sure he get found, because that's how things work in this country. Y'all telling me if I'm tripping or not. This is your boy Pete Camp. Let me know what you think, what you don't think. Get at your boy.